JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, domestic brawl lands Clarendon man in hot water. One man was arrested and slapped with multiple charges, following an altercation with a woman in Kellett's district, Clarendon, after he reportedly punched her in the face multiple times. The incident resulted in 40-year-old Floyd Christie, otherwise called Brock, of Rodnall District, Croftsdale, being charged. Reports are that about 5:30 p.m. on Friday, Christie and the woman had a dispute, and it subsequently escalated when Christie allegedly punched the woman in the face several times, causing swelling and bruises. It is also alleged that he stole the woman's handbag that contained $7,000 and a Samsung cellular phone valued at $27,000. On Saturday, Christie turned himself into the police and was charged with robbery with violence and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. He is scheduled to appear before the Chapeltown Parish Court on Wednesday, February 23. Tax woes and jail fears drove 70-year-old to suicide, says widow. Mounting back taxes and health issues are suspected to have driven 70-year-old businessman Donald Anthony Thompson to have allegedly committed suicide overnight on Saturday, his wife, Paula Thompson, said. The elderly man, who operated a wholesale business in the corporate area, was found hanging from a tree at the back of his Kirkland Close, St. Andrew house on Sunday about 9 a.m. in what police have confirmed is a suspected suicide. Mrs. Thompson, who was already planning the funeral for her brother, who was murdered by a gunman in Kingston 3 weeks ago, said that her world has been shattered with the death of her husband. Why? Why did he hang himself? He didn't have to do this to us. There was no problem too bad for him to kill himself. The distraught widow said as she watched his body being removed to the morgue. Mr. Thompson was described as a loving husband and father to 7 children, 5 of whom were from previous relationships. The widow said she was shocked that he ended his life, but that he had apparently telegraphed his distress when he reportedly mentioned to her last week that he was minded to jump into the sea. "We are heartbroken," she said. Mrs. Thompson said that her late husband had been doing battle with Tax Administration Jamaica over outstanding taxes that ran into millions of dollars. He also had sleepless nights fighting stage 3 prostate cancer, said Mrs. Thompson. "I know he was fearful of going to jail. He even gave me some money last week and told me that it's his bail money if they arrested him," she said. "I spoke to him at about 8:30 Saturday night while he was downstairs, and I told him to come on upstairs to bed, but he said he wasn't ready as yet, so I went to bed hoping that he would join me." When she woke up in the middle of the night and did not see him in bed, Mrs. Thompson said she was not unduly worried, as her late husband often spent time downstairs surfing the internet as he was busy seeking to purchase cold storage equipment. Nearby residents who sought to console the weeping wife said that they were in shock, describing Mr. Thompson as a good neighbor who was very engaging. Illegal guns seized in St. Andrew community. The police are reporting the seizure of a handgun and several rounds of ammunition on Addington Drive in St. Andrew on Sunday. No one was arrested in connection with the find. The police report that about 7:30 a.m., a team comprising cops from the St. Andrew South and the St. Andrew North police conducted an operation in the area. During the search, a Taurus G3 pistol fitted with a magazine was found hidden under concrete blocks at a premises. Investigation continues. Mason fatally shot in St. Thomas. A man was fatally shot in Seaforth, St. Thomas, less than 24 hours after the police staged a walkthrough in the area in an effort to stem a surge in crime. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Clayton Harrison, a mason of Packer Lane. About 7:35 Friday evening, Mr. Harrison was standing at the entrance to the lane when he was shot in the face and neck. He was pronounced dead at hospital. There have been 2 fatal shootings in Seaforth since the start of the year. St. James cops clamped down on illegal drag racing. After weeks of what has been described as a cat-and-mouse game, police on Sunday clamped down on illegal drag racing that has been taking place on the outskirts of Montego Bay. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF intends to put a permanent halt to the popular weekly event, said commanding officer for the St. James Police Division, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis. "We are aware of this illegal activity where persons are carrying out drag racing in that inshore space," Ellis said. "The police will continue to take deliberate action around preventing this from happening, and where there are breaches, I can guarantee you that people will be prosecuted," the senior superintendent added. The illegal activity, which is held on Sundays in close proximity to a gas station in the community, Ellis said, was the target of a police operation on Sunday evening. We conducted a deliberate operation around this activity that prevented it from being carried out, he said. He also noted that the event has been on the police's radar for some time now. We have been targeting people there over the weeks, and it's a cat and mouse type of activity, the senior superintendent explained. It's also using up a lot of police resources to cause them not to do this, the lawman added. An individual, believed to be the facilitator of the event, was warned for prosecution. With approximately 100 motor vehicles parked on an open lot and along the roadway, the illegal event garners a lot of attention each Sunday evening due to the large crowd it attracts and the long line of traffic leading into the second city. The lawman urged people to refrain from engaging in this activity because it is a breach of public safety. The overall activity is a breach of public safety, both from the standpoint of the Disaster Risk Management Act and the speeding motor car so close to the highway, he said. On Sunday, participants turned up for their regular drag racing event, but were left disappointed due to an increased police presence on the racetrack. Armed with a megaphone, lawmen were not only directing traffic away from the vicinity, but warning against future events. Some event participants took to the popular social media platform Instagram to voice their anger and disapproval. So many other things out there for them though, but yet them there so, they try to stop the fun and enjoyment, one man said. See why crime can't stop? You know how much life this place goodly save because people love the vibe and take their mind off of certain things, another man commented. The senior superintendent advised individuals who wish to engage in drag racing activities to visit locations across the island that are regulated for the activity. There are places for this. You have the Dover Raceway in St. Anne and Jamway Speedway in Westmoreland, said Ellis. Resumption of One Dawn Gang trial delayed due to COVID-19. The resumption of the One Dawn Gang trial has been rescheduled to January 24 due to the absence of one of the 33 defendants who was being placed in isolation arising from an outbreak of COVID-19 at the South Camp Road lockup. When the matter was called up in the Home Circuit Court this morning, the registrar told the court that the lone female defendant, Stephanie Christie, is in isolation. The court was also told that members of the prosecution team were also affected by COVID-19 and were absent as a result. The matter, which was adjourned on December 15 at the end of the Michaelmas term, was slated to restart today, followed by a 2-week break started on January 24 to facilitate another trial which Chief Justice Brian Sykes is presiding over. Sykes told the court that the delay will affect the progress of the gang trial, but he'll be considering how he can reduce the fallout. 17 of the 31 witnesses in the trial have already testified. The reputed leader of the gang, Andre Blackman Bryan, and his alleged cronies are being tried on an indictment with 25 counts under the Criminal Justice, Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act, and the Firearms Act. The One Dawn Gang is a breakaway faction of the Klansman Gang. 953 new COVID cases, 2 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 953 new COVID-19 cases and 2 deaths on Sunday, January 9, bringing the infection total to 103,458 and total deaths to 2,501. The new cases comprise 556 females and 397 males with ages ranging from 7 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 275, St. Catherine, 133, St. James, 104, Trelawney, 75, Clarendon, 62, St. Anne, 60, Westmoreland, 59, St. Thomas, 56, Hanover, 36, St. Mary, 30, Portland, 29, St. Elizabeth, 20, and Manchester, 14. The deceased are a 56-year-old female from St. Catherine and a 69-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew. In the meantime, 98 more people recovered in the last 24 hours, bringing total recoveries to 66,581. Currently, 294 people are hospitalized, 36 of which are severely ill, while 8 are critically ill and 77 are moderately ill. The country's positivity rate now stands at 52.1%. There are currently 9,126 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.